want you to take a look at this and tell me if this is something you want to do or not. You see that little white cart?
Yeah.
Way up there? Just going straight up that thing.
Oh, that's cool.
No, that's cool?
You don't want to do it?
I don't know. You want to do it?
I'm up for anything like that. So if you don't want it, we can hike somewhere else.
So we're at the Wallowa Lake Tramway. When this was constructed, it was the longest lift in North America. And that thing is pretty insane. It's 15 minutes to the top. You travel 1.83 miles. The length of the cable is almost 20,000 feet. And guess who's not going on it? This guy. There's a lot of hiking and stuff you could do around here, but if you take this tramway, you can go to the top. They've got a restaurant up there, and you can overlook it. It's supposed to be beautiful up there. And then a bunch of hiking and stuff up there. But yeah, there's a limit to what I'll do when it comes to these kind of lifts. And Kim's made me do pretty much every single one of them in the world. And this one here is a little rough. I mean, that incline is pretty insane. I'm scared just even looking at it. Summit elevation is 8,100 feet. All right, so Kim said if I didn't do it, she was going to be disappointed the rest of the day. So I guess I'm going up. There's all kinds of other hikes like alpine lakes and all kinds of other things, but she's adamant that we're going to do this. So sometimes, you know what they say, happy wife, happy life. Thanks, Kim. Look at that. Look at that
grin.
It's just pure enjoyment for you to watch me in misery, isn't it? Yeah, guys, if anybody, I've said this before, oh my gosh. If you have any fear of heights whatsoever, you do not want anything to do with this thing at all. This is nuts. And the fact that we're still going, this was a mistake on my part, but I'm here now. I told Kim if it wasn't going to take all day, I'd hike down this thing. I'm going to ask somebody up there and be like, hey, you got a quad or something you can take me down on it and let me ride on. Thank you. Oh my gosh.
You'll have your feet on solid ground.
Oh my gosh. Oh, there's a quad I was talking about. Yes. Oh, I'm gonna fake injury. I'm gonna do something. I'm gonna break a knee. Oh my gosh.
I don't think breaking the knee would prevent you from taking the...
Ah, true. Whatever. That's a good point. Oh, this is insane. Well, we made it to the top. So we'll do some hiking around, show you guys what's up here. So it looks like they've got some moderate, more difficult, easy, moderate, easy. So in total,
That's not.
yeah, they're not long.
Yeah.
It'd be a few miles total if you want to do them all. We were heading over to see these snow-capped peaks. Really can't see these from down below. So even though it was literally one of the worst experiences ever for me to go up that tram, the views are to die for. Get it? To die for.
And the trails are really nice.
Yeah, it's super nice up here.
Yeah. So these trees are called, they're elfin timber. It says they normally reach 50 to 150 feet in height, but because of the elevation, their growth is stunted. So they become more like bushes instead of trees.
They said they're like bonsai, like trees.
Here, look it on this tree. Oh, in here, here's closer. I'm like, oh.
Well, where do you see them on? Oh yeah, right there.
Here.
So tell the folks what we're looking at.
So we're looking at white bark pine trees, and They say they've been bent and twisted by the strong winds that are up here. But they also have purple pine cones, and you can see them like on the backside of this. There's a whole bunch of them. They grow upwards.
Try to get in.
On the top of that
Try to get in there. But yeah, those are purple pine cones. That's pretty cool. Never seen that before.
So the thin bark is susceptible to fire damage, but fire also helps these trees by opening cones to release seeds. This is critical to the future of these alpine tree islands. So that's why you see them in groupings.
Gotcha. It's almost like walking in a Christmas wonderland. These all look like Christmas trees. Like Kim was saying, we're gonna take one of these down with us because they're just beautiful trees for sure.
I saw a huge one back there. I was like, oh, I'd love to have that in my living room.
So they got this awesome little structure here, like arbor, that you can just frame for a photo op of the mountains behind you. So that was kind of a cool thought to do. Yeah, elevation's starting to hit us. Got dizzy there just for a second. You start thinking, oh yeah, you can just power through this thing, but
because you see steps, you're like, let's go.
Yeah.
And you're like, maybe not so fast.
Got to catch your breath a little bit. Well, we are at 8,100 feet.
Yeah. Well, and we're climbing. Everything.
Yeah, and climbing. Yeah, that's pretty amazing. Look what I've got.
Jason found a friend. Whoa!
Dude,
We don't have any
insane.
food, but he's like thinking we
I don't have
do.
anything, little guy.
That's crazy.
Whoa, don't jump on my face.
He's so cute.
So that was pretty cool. What are they, little prairie dogs
Little
or chipmunks or whatever? And they did the same thing when we were in Rainier. It's funny, we come up to the peak and then they just swarmed us there and they just swarmed us here and got on my lap and my hand and yeah.
Like we didn't have any food, and Jason just puts his hand in. It's like they know.
Yeah, people are gonna feed them.
That if you put your hand out, they assume you have something in your hand.
Okay, so we found out they are not prairie dogs and they are not chipmunks. They are called
Pocket gophers.
pocket gophers. During the winter, they push dirt into the snow tunnels, resulting in mazes of interesting dirt mounds you see all over Mount Howard.
By 1930, over 220,000 acres in the Wallowa Mountains were set aside as the Eagle Cap Primitive Area. Today, the Eagle Cap Wilderness, Oregon's largest wilderness, encompasses most of the Wallowa Mountain Range, over 360,000 acres.
Wow, that's awesome. I had an Eagle Cap IPA last night. That was pretty awesome too. All right, water break time. Got to hydrate.
Puffin and puffin. At sea level, the air pressure forces plenty of oxygen into your lungs. At 10,000 feet, the air pressure is lower and your lungs get 15% less oxygen. No wonder you're breathing so hard just walking these trails. At 8,200 feet, your lungs are working overtime trying to catch up. See,
Yeah.
so it's not just me.
Oh no, it's definitely not just you. It's all of us. Yeah, I'm feeling it. All right, so that was the summit overlook, which is the highest spot that you can get from right here. It looks like there's trails you could take that go all the way up this mountain here. Kim says this is like the Eagle Cap Wilderness. You can get permits to come hike into the wilderness, but as you can see, that view was awesome. So cool.
Like it.
No, I mean,
And I checked our compass. We're at 8250. So
jeez.
that's the summit. Okay, during the summer, the most common animal on Mount Howard is Turistus variabilis, named for its variable size and plumage. This species appears in late May and may remain until October. It is frequently observed in the vicinity of the summit grow. The individuals that do best in this environment have learned that it is advantageous to stay on the trails, an adaptation that benefits other species on Mount Howard as well. If you know what it is, answer below.
That's pretty funny. Tourist, get it? We're the.
Tourist variabilis
I like how they say we vary in size and
and plumage.
plumage. That's awesome. I like that. that's pretty cool.
Like you're saying, I mean, now we're on a different side of the mountain, and now you have grass.
Yeah,
There was
exactly.
no grass on the other side of the mountain.
The other thing we noticed too is that there are marked trails that you can go on for all these overlooks and stuff that we've been doing, but we've also seen that there's just trails that you can hike that probably go on for probably 100 miles for all I know, just into the mountains. It looks like you could take, may need a permit on that, so just check into it if you're going to do that. Cheers.
Cheers.
Nice beer after a nice long hike. All right, so we spent a few hours up here, and it is time to head back down that great tram. Food was absolutely the best chicken sandwich I've ever had. I'm just kidding. It's at the top of a tram. Of course, it's not great, but it does the job, as Kim would say. Had a couple beers, so yeah, beautiful view. Unfortunately, just like a lot of places, just understaffed right now, so that's their only issue. But yeah, pretty cool spot to have a meal, taking the views, and then now we're gonna head back down that crazy tram. Thank you. Oh my gosh, Kim, it did launch us like you said it was going to.
So you can see out the little window in the ceiling how this thing is connected. So it's just like totally gripped on to that cable, and then that cable moves.
Do you have to tell people that? Or tell me that so that now I have
Well,
to...
now we're almost at the bottom, so now you know.
Oh,
'Cause you're
Wallowas
like-
is still steep, man. You know what really sucks too is like this glass is bent, so it's reflective, and so everything looks kind of, it feels like
Warbled
you're dizzy,
tower.
and so that doesn't help. Oh, yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed this and got a few laughs watching my absolute terror. It was definitely worth going to the top, but this thing is insane.
You got to watch Jason's terror, and me smile.
Yeah, you only smiled because I'm in terror. See what I have to deal
Maybe.
with, everybody?
Maybe.
What kind of marriage is that? Who wants to see their spouse in absolute horror?
Probably a lot of them.
It's the reason I take her to haunted houses in Halloween
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
Oh, gosh.
Don't get bumpy.
Oh, gosh. Oh, gosh.